Hi, my name is Velma Schnall. I've been involved with the Gulf of Guinea expeditions for 3 years as project manager for the biodiversity education component. When Bob Drews realized that the islands were about to undergo dramatic change because of the oil discovered offshore and the development coming with the budding tourism industry, he decided he needed to bring the information about the discoveries his teams were making to local people so they could understand the value of the biodiversity on the islands and hopefully take steps to protect it. To figure out the best way to do this, an educational survey was conducted by our science educator, Roberta Ayers. She met with the top people in the education ministry and visited many schools. Her recommendations were to begin with a community outreach project that would introduce our work, teach about the diversity of the plants and animals on the islands, and be as accessible to as many people as possible. So our first project, Gulf of Guinea 5, consisted of designing a set of posters that we distributed to schools, libraries, community and medical centers, and tourism venues. I was lucky to find volunteers who were willing to donate their time and expertise to produce these beautiful posters that we packed up and carried to São Tomé and Príncipe. The posters showed gorgeous photographs of the unique plants and animals that Academy researchers had discovered to be endemic species. That is, they live only in São Tomé and or Príncipe. The posters also had slogans, in Portuguese of course, that we hoped would do a couple of things. First, to let the people know how special their islands are, that the plants and animals shown on the posters are important and unique in the world, and second, to inspire a sense of pride and unity between the two islands. The reaction from the educators, students, and the everyday people we encountered was incredible. They had no idea that these plants and animals were endemic species, or in many cases, even what their names were. Everyone, students and adults alike, were fascinated with the posters. Virtually everywhere we went, the posters were immediately hung up where the entire community could see them. We only had 200 posters to give out, and so in order to have a little something to leave with the kids, we made up little postcards with a few characteristic species from each island and gave them out. The kids just loved them. Based on the popularity of the posters, discussions with teachers and parents about the lack of biodiversity education in the primary schools, we decided our second project should focus on third grade. Reading abilities vary in this age group, so we created a coloring book of drawings of some of the newest and some of the most well-known endemic species. We gave over 65 in-class presentations to just under 2,000 students on both islands. We chose the unusual Sicilian, a legless amphibian endemic to São Tomé, to be our mascot and made up patches that we gave out as prizes for the students. The Sicilian, known as Cobra Bobo, is feared by the local people and they usually kill them on sight. Our message was obviously not to fear this harmless little creature, but to learn about it and understand that it can't hurt anyone. The teachers in São Tomé and Príncipe know better than anyone how critical education is not only to their students, but also to the future of their country. The first and only teacher training college in São Tomé and Príncipe has invited Bob Drews and the education team to conduct a biodiversity education workshop for primary school teachers during the 2013 expedition. I really can't say if the students or the teachers were more appreciative of this project, but I do know that we made an impact in each of the schools we visited. The classes were extremely polite and respectful each time we came in to make our presentations. They were especially thrilled when we told them not only could they keep the books, but we also wanted them to help us out by taking them home to share with their family and friends. We surveyed some of the teachers and parents near the end of the expedition and found out that the coloring books we gave out were having more than the expected impact. They were not only being used for the 3rd grade, but also in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th grades. They were being used for art class, science classes, writing classes. One of the 4th grade classes gave us a set of drawings they made of our coloring book pictures. It was just fantastic to see how useful the coloring book had become, and we didn't expect that. We know that the biodiversity education projects we have done so far had an important and positive impact on the communities we were able to visit. We know that teaching the children about the value and importance of the environment they live in will help them as adults make informed decisions about the futures of their islands. We can't stop now.